Hello everyone, Season of the Worthy was officially revealed today for Destiny 2, so I'm going to take all of you through a recap of it. We'll be going over everything that's included in Season 10, at least from what was shown. Warning, there will be many spoilers ahead. Season of the Worthy launches March 10th and lasts until Tuesday, June 9th. One thing that is immediately apparent from looking at this roadmap is there is significantly less focus on a new Horde mode type activity and quests, and instead the biggest draws to this season will be the Grandmaster Nightfalls, the legendary Lost Sector bunkers, and Trials of Osiris. As we all know, strikes in PvP have been neglected for a while, and the same can be said for Lost Sectors as they've struggled to reach their full potential, despite the actual environments being significantly improved upon in Shadowkeep. Except these legendary bunkers don't just look like revamps of old Lost Sectors, they do look like entirely new mini-dungeons, which sounds like a lot of fun. Like with every activity, though, they need to nail the rewards and give people a reason to run them over and over for something more exciting than blues or XP. Looking at the roadmap, beginning on March 10th is a new PvE activity that looks like it takes place in a patrol space, like a public event. This is going to be called the Seraph Tower event, and it rewards legendary weapons and armor. I'm not sure how elaborate this will be if it's in a patrol space, but this could end up being a good way to farm the seasonal armor and weapons. I think the purpose of this Seraph Tower public event is to add something new that everybody can participate in that also helps drive the story forward. Also on March 10th is the first legendary Lost Sector, starting with the Seraph bunker on the EDZ, and then the Seraph bunker on Nessus on the 24th. On Friday, March 13th, Trials of Osiris returns as the weekend-only PvP endgame mode, similar to how it was in Destiny 1. Trials of Osiris will be free to play and start at 960 power, and we recently got confirmation that the artifact's power bonus will be disabled in Trials, so while the mode will still have power enabled, you won't have to worry about grinding XP for the artifact. There's also going to be a new seal and title associated with Trials of Osiris, which makes it only the second PvP seal ever since the launch of titles with Forsaken in 2018. Some version of the Lighthouse is also returning, and you can get there by winning 7 matches in a row on your Trials card to get extra rewards. However, you can earn Pinnacle gear by just getting multiple wins in a row in the mode. Trials is staying and will not be disappearing after the season, so for those of you who are worried about trying to get the title because you won't be able to play every weekend, you're going to be able to take your time with this one and get this over multiple seasons. On April 7th, the legendary Lost Sector on Io goes live, and then following that on April 21st, which is quite a ways away, is the Grandmaster difficulty Nightfall activity. It seems to be accompanied by its own PvE seal and title, which could mean we're finally getting a Vanguard seal focused on strikes and Nightfalls. So again, it looks like Bungie is further leaning into the strikes and PvP, with the first half of the season being focused on Trials and the second half bringing in those Grandmaster Nightfalls. Fingers crossed for both of those, because Bungie seems to be banking on them having a ton of replayability to keep you busy throughout the entire season. Also on April 21st is a new event that looks like a reimagining of Solstice of Heroes called the Guardian Games. All that we know about this Guardian Olympics event is that from the text on this roadmap, it says class competition and new legendary armor. As long as it's something new, I'm on board, because I really don't want to grind for Solstice armor again. So just going off this roadmap, there's not a whole lot that we didn't already see coming, and you don't see any quests or story missions plastered all over this roadmap, so that could signal one of two things. First thing, Bungie has seen all the criticism around spoiling everything and is keeping any quests or secret missions under wraps for the season itself, or they just simply put most of their focus into revamping PvP and PvE and are working on bigger and better quests and missions for future content. Now, we do know there will be at least one exotic quest this season, no confirmation on what it actually is, but we did get a screenshot of an old Destiny 1 exotic coming back, and that's the Fourth Horseman exotic shotgun. For those who didn't play Destiny 1, this was an awesome arc shotgun that could fire really fast. Like so fast that your recoil is insane. Your gun would be pointing to the sky like in half a second. And on the day that arc burn and specialist modifiers were active, you could melt bosses incredibly quick. It was a lot of fun. Another exotic weapon was revealed, Tommy's matchbook. This one being an auto rifle that looks like, at least from the trailer, it fires pretty damn quick. Now in the trailer, Fourth Horseman, Tommy's matchbook, and a third weapon were all shown in quick succession, leading me to believe that this third weapon here is also an exotic. We only got about a second to see what it looks like, but I'll be damned if this isn't the machine gun that Valis Tuark uses in the Cerberus Vase Strike from Destiny 1. What do you guys think? I mean, is that not the Valis Tuark weapon? Come on, how cool would that be to wield his weapon from that Destiny 1 strike? Now, with every season, there's the usual stuff that comes along with it. The 100 season pass ranks, a new artifact, which this time is a Warmind looking sword, lore books and triumphs and stuff, but what I did want to show off is the new season pass armor here because I think it looks pretty sweet. This is the new 7th Seraph seasonal armor for each class. You'll get a full set of this along with Tommy's matchbook at level 1 of the paid track, and honestly, I think it looks pretty sweet. As for the story of Season 10, for those who are interested, apparently a Scion escaped from the Sundial and managed to make it back to the Almighty and set the ship on a course to crash into the last city. And our job is to reactivate Rasputin, get him to full power, and stop it. Now, that on its own is an interesting story bit, but the implications of this are much greater, because if you bought into the whole Avengers type theory for the story, it basically says that all of our heroes are coming together and possibly teaming up to face a giant threat. Think about Eris and her relic from Shadowkeep, think about Mara Sov and Uldren, and now think about Osiris and Rasputin, all of them coming together, joining forces against whatever threat is arriving soon, and that could be exactly what we need to start closing out a lot of these open-ended story loops and finally feel like we've made some real progress in the universe. I mean, I just think it would be so crazy to see all those characters in the same place, or at least like working together. So overall, I think this season could be a success if Bungie really nails the replayability of strikes and PvP. Like I mentioned earlier, they seem to be already pursuing the goals that Luke Smith stated in the director's cut about wanting to breathe some life into the core activities of the game and reduce the FOMO that has been turning people away from the game, including myself. Now, Grandmaster Nightfalls and Trials may not be enough to keep everyone around throughout the entire season, but I would much rather see the focus on them than get another Sundial or another Vex Offensive or another Reckoning activity. With a lot of the stuff talked about in the latest director's cut, if Bungie really works hard at fixing a lot of the underlying issues with the game that go deeper than just the content itself, and they commit to making old content amazing instead of just trying to sell a new season every 3 months, that could get a lot of people excited who have started to drift away from the game. I think Season of the Dawn was pretty decent, but I just got really exhausted from it. I don't know why, but after a month of Season 9, I felt like 3 months had gone by. I don't know if it was just me, but these last 2 months that I've taken a break from the game, I really needed that badly. I can't wait to get back to covering the game again for all of you, making some guides, playing Trials, and playing Grandmaster Nightfalls. I hope you enjoyed the recap of this Season 10 reveal, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Zone A neutralized.